Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a new player kind of video because I want to talk about all of the available promo codes for brand new accounts in July 2025. There are some really amazing champions that if you're getting started with a brand new account, or if you're wanting to start an alternative account, if some people play more than one account, there's some of the best legendary characters that you can start with, and I want to talk about each of those here today. There are three major ones I want to talk about that are up for grabs and the pros and cons of each of these. Now, of course, before we get started with the video, that I do want to remind people that you can also use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen or the link in the description down below to get yourself some amazing free starters as well with this account alongside this video. So Karato Fox Hunter of the Shadowkin faction, great legendary character there, and three free epics: Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fane. These are all amazing starter characters to start your game off. Also, there are some promo codes, of course, as normally I would show on the screen, but we're going to go through each of them one by one. We're going to talk about the merits of these characters and also why I think you might want to use them. So let's get started with the video. Now, I do want to start the video off with one of my favorite characters that I wish I had. Now, unfortunately, I can't because these promos are available for new players. Again, you have to use these within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. So the first one is going to be promo code Desert Queen. And this is going to get you the legendary Void champion to Hanorak. And we're going to take a look at her as well. So she is Void. She is an amazing support character. And support are some of the best characters in Raid Shadow Legends because of what they can do typically with buffs, debuffs, these kinds of things. That as far as the PvE, and that's basically player versus environment, aka fighting the computer, fighting bosses, things like that. This is some of the most important stuff in Raid Shadow Legends. So to Hanorak, just to go over her kit a little bit here. So her basic, her A1, Sun's Kiss, attacks one enemy, 30% chance of placing a decreased speed. And this is a turn-based game. So lowering somebody's speed or raising your own is very, very important. Places also a continuous heal buff, so this is more healing for your team. Her A2 special, single target, 75% chance of placing decrease attack debuff, and also block buffs for 2 turn. Again, a very good skill as well, and also can do debuff spreading, which is kind of rare in this game, honestly. Takes 2 random debuffs from the main target and placing them on everyone else. So this is guaranteed. This is really good. Of course, to get the kind of guaranteed landing of the debuffs, you do need to put some legendary books into these characters. And finally, her A3 Desert Fitness is a 60% defense buff and 30% speed buff on all allies. This is really important. And once again, just like I said before, in a speed-based game, having decreased speed on the enemy and increased speed on your team is so important. And the defense is nice for the added survivability there. Now, she also has a passive where she removes 1 random debuff from all allies at the start of each turn. This is huge. So every time that she takes a turn, if her speed is higher, she's continually cleansing your team. So a really great support character, viable in almost every part of Raid Shadow Legends, honestly. And then she also removes 2 random debuffs from allies if they're under that continuous heal buff, which would be from this, or if you have another character on your team, another healer, for example, then this will do that as well. So a really good character in conjunction with another kind of healer support character that can place continuous heals. Really, really good character. And so as far as where I rank her priority in using her promo code, I would say it's honestly pretty high. She's going to be tied, in my opinion, for one of the two of that we're going to be talking about here. One of the characters that we're going to be talking about is more PvP focused, and it's just my personal opinion anyways, that I don't think that PvP is as important as progressing in Raid Shadow Legends in the PvE sides of things. But that's just my thoughts. And so that is to Hanorak, one of the legendary champions there. So that's going to be the first one that we're going to be talking about in this video. She's definitely someone that you should really consider picking up. All right, and promo code number 2 is going to be Monkey King. So again, just like I said about Hanorak, you can only use one of these. So make sure that you decide which character that you want to pick, whether because of their kit is good or you like the look of them, whatever is going to get you playing Raid Shadow Legends a little bit more. So this is promo code Monkey King for the legendary Sun Wukong of the Skinwalkers faction. So this is actually the promo code that I started playing with Raid Shadow Legends with 6 months ago. But a lot of the ones that we're talking about in this video, especially to Hanorak, who we already spoke about, was not available when I started playing. So Sun Wukong, this promo code has been available for a little bit of time, and he is a PvP god. He is very, very strong, but I also just don't put a lot of priority into PvP. But he is amazing at what he does. He is pretty available in, or he is pretty usable in PvE as well. He's just, I don't know if he's as good as some of the other ones that we're going to talk about. So his A1, attack one enemy, 25% chance to place a stun debuff. Stun is very critical, 50% if they have any buffs. His A2 Staff of Wonder does a huge amount of damage, ignores 50% of the target's defense. And if he happens to kill anybody with this, it's basically going to do splash damage to the rest of the targets on the wave. So if you're doing wave clearing, that kind of stuff, he's going to do big damage, and then a little bit of the extra damage is going to hit everyone else. If for some reason the character survives, it's going to place a sheep debuff for 1 turn. So this can't be blocked. So very good skill here. And his A3, Now You See Us, it is an AoE attack damage. It also steals all buffs from all enemies and places a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. The only small issue with Wukong is that there's 2 different ways that you can build him. You can either build him heavy glass cannon, where he's going to hit really hard, especially with the Staff of Wonder skill. If you are trying to land the block buffs or even the stealing of the buffs, you need a little bit of accuracy with him as well. This can be a bit of a problem in PvP, where some characters have resistance. So you either need to build strictly in damage or with the potential of stealing the buffs and landing this block buffs debuff. So 2 different ways that you can kind of build Sun Wukong. And the amazing thing about this guy is that he revives with 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after he dies. So if this is in PvP or in PvE or any game mode, as long as he's not the last person to die, there's a good chance that he's coming back with full HP. So this alone is pretty crazy, and there's some really funny shenanigans that you can get up to with Sun Wukong. But yeah, wow. This guy is pretty good, and he does have a speed, arena, battle aura. Speed is important, like I said, but I just don't place the importance of arena, as highly as PvE. As far as where he's usable in PvP, obviously, if you're a new player, you're going to make use of him in the beginning for quite some time, but he may taper off, because as far as like end game content where you can use him there, it's going to be in Hydra is probably one of the best places to use him there, but that is really not early game and mid game friendly. You'll definitely still make use of him. I just don't know in PvE if you'll make use of him as much as you will some of the other characters in this video. So that's Sun Wukong. Again, an amazing character. If you like the look of him, go ahead and grab him. Promo code Monkey King. All right, and the third character that I want to talk about in this video is going to be promo code Demon Slayer, and this is going to be for Boilon Falbeard. So I do want to put this up on the screen. I have been talking about him in other videos, and I use him every single day right now in a lot of my PvE content. So I do think that he is very good. He was recently released as well as the June Fusion event, so a lot of players were able to pick him up, but if not, this promo code has been available as well. He is a dwarf, the dwarf faction, of course, and I want to kind of show you guys my Boilon Falbeard, because this is mine, and he is just super stellar. I use him in almost everywhere in the game. I'm not even joking. And the most important thing that I think for new players is really going to be your clan boss, but is going to be your Demon Lord clan boss. And I use him every single day in this game mode. You can see the 5 characters. Sorry, that's not mine. Mine's up here. The 5 characters that I use, and Boilon Falbeard is pushing out insane damage for this, and I use him almost everywhere. Why? Because he just has a really good kit, and I want to talk about that. So that's just my Boilon Falbeard right here, and let's talk about his kit. So his A1 Demon Breaker at level 5 attacks all enemies. So he has an AoE attack on his basic. It is just crazy. Before attacking, has a 25% chance of placing a weaken debuff for 2 turns. This is up to 50% with the books, and weaken is really, really good. You can stack this on top of defense down, so it allows you to do even more damage to the enemy. Has a 50% chance of placing a weaken debuff for 2 turns if they're part of the Corrupted Alliance. This is more for PvP, but it also applies to bosses and minions. So that's going to go up to 75% with the books, right? Now, this effect cannot be resisted by enemies from the Corrupted Alliance bosses or minions. So he's a very good boss killer. And if you look onto my YouTube channel, I actually have done quite a few videos about testing him, and I absolutely love him. He grants an extra turn if the weaken debuff was placed on all enemies by this skill. And if you're fighting just a boss, it really just means just him as well. So this is really, really nice and can happen quite frequently. His A2, Back to the Abyss, it attacks 2 times, is on a cooldown of 3 with books. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense, and this goes up to 50% if they're the Corrupted Alliance or a boss instead. Each hit also decreases the target's attack by 5% up to 25%, which is huge over the course of a longer fight. And it also increases his attack by 5% up to 50. Each hit, right? It attacks twice. So you just need to basically do this. For the attack bonuses, you need to run this a total of 5 times. But in Demon Lord, like, this will definitely happen. For the attack down, you only need to do this like 3 times. Really great skill, and it actually really helps reduce the damage that you're going to take from bosses over the long term. I absolutely love this. And his A3 Rabid Fury is another AoE as well that hits 2 times, and then he places an attack up buff to himself before he does the damage. For each critical hit landed on the first hit, increase the damage dealt on the second hit by 10%, ignores unkillable and shield buff. So pretty good in PvP as well. And his passive gives him some survivability. Also, it activates his Demon's Breaker skill, which is his basic, every 5 turns that he takes. So this is going to be really good on Clan Boss, where it's a very long fight. And he's basically getting a free attack, essentially, every 5 turns. So having some speed on him is pretty good. And then they cannot land at bosses, particularly, and Corrupted Alliance characters from those factions cannot land a critical hit on Tholen Falbeard. So that does give him some survivability as well. And why he is one of my favorite characters. And so I do want to reiterate that, because I have his photo here, right? Promo code Demon Slayer for Tholen. He is one of my more favorite characters, honestly. I think that I use him every single day. But it is a toss-up between him, for me, him, and Tahanarak. So Tahanarak is a little bit more on the support side of things, which I don't have, right? So it's going to be dependent on the kind of characters that you're starting with. But I do believe that, especially if you're using my QR code in the top right hand of the screen, you know, that there are some additional options. You could go with Tholen Falbeard as well, because there are some alternative support options for you there. But Tahanarak is a really great character. I have Sun Wukong, as you can see here, but I just don't use him as frequently as I do for Tholen Falbeard. So honestly, I'm a big fan of the dwarf here, but it really depends on what you guys want to do, and I want to leave that option up to you guys. But these are all the 3 best promo codes available in the month of July. So Tahanarak, promo code Desert Queen; Sun Wukong, promo code Monkey King; and Tholen Falbeard, promo code Demon Slayer. You can unfortunately only use one of these on a brand new account or an alt account, whatever you desire. So that's going to be it for now. But before you go, remember that you can also get some more free stuff, that if you use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen, you get Corrado Fox Hunter, right? So on a brand new account, that's another legendary of the Shadowkin faction, and 3 free epics. Ugo is an amazing support character as well. You have Lady Annabelle, and also Fane from the Skinwalkers faction, who's going to really help you out in a particularly Clan Boss as well. So some really great characters, and one of the 3 promo codes that you decide to use here from today's video. So that's going to be it for me, everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.